Hey guys, what's up and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video on my new YouTube channel, and I will be posting Ravens content and trying to talk with my friends about sports. Now, I have another channel, but unfortunately, I'm not allowed to stream on there. So until I could figure that out, I'm not going to be able to stream on there, and I'm going to use this account. But let's focus on this video right now today. So we're going to be talking about the Ravens and Browns game. The Ravens and Browns game was a very nice, fun, exciting game. It was so crazy at the end, and I had so much fun watching it. It really took a lot out of me to watch our team's defense just fall apart and get shredded by Baker Mayfield. But, I saw how good our offense played, and I just felt like our team, if our offense plays like that, there's no way we lose. I mean, we could have a bad defense like the Browns, and they almost pulled that out. It really came to whoever had that last possession. But I feel like we're going to have a different defense in this. Our defense, I think, is going to come to play when it comes to the playoffs. I think that this defense will get healthy. Calais Campbell and everyone else, Marcus Peters, Jimmy Smith, will all be healthy, and we'll be able to stop some teams. Maybe not the Chiefs, but I see that we could beat any other team in the playoffs. Our offense looks like it's rolling right now. We're looking like last season, how we were putting up like 45 points a game, and we were just blowing out every team in the NFL. Besides our two losses, which was to the Cleveland Browns and to the Chiefs. Now, we have a good chance of making the playoffs considering the Miami Dolphins' schedule. We really need them to lose these next few games, at least one of the next few, and we need to go undefeated. We have a good chance of making the playoffs if our team can just pull through and beat these terrible teams, and then we'll be right into the playoffs. But enough talking about the playoffs, because that's all you've heard as a Ravens fan. Will we make the playoffs and blah, blah, blah. So, the game last night, it was an amazing game. Obviously, our defense didn't play well. Our offense played amazing. But something that I did see wrong with our offense is we didn't get the rushing game that we were hoping we would from our running backs. Now, they did get like these 10-plus yard plays. We did like push the line. But in the second half, it kind of fell off. You're kind of getting stuffed. We weren't getting those chunk plays like we were last game. Now, to be fair, we were versing the Cowboys, but we still have to make those 20-yard runs. And we have to have our running backs do it, not just Lamar Jackson. Because if they shut down Lamar Jackson and they have those two nose tackles, because our offensive line isn't the best, those two can just, close it up and we only get 3 yards. That's not going to be enough for this offense. Because then we're going to put the ball in Greg Roman's hands, and we're going to make him choose a run or a pass play. And he's always going to choose the pass play for whatever reason. We need to get in these 2nd and 5s, 2nd and short, and we need to be able to run the ball again. We don't want to keep on passing on 2nd down unless we get into like a 2nd and 10. But we need to have an identity of running on 1st down. We don't have to do it every single time, but we want to do it as many times as possible. And if we do pass on 1st down, let's make it a short pass, not that flea flicker and throw it deep on the first play of the Ravens offense. But I do understand the play call. That was a nice way to prove that you're going to be aggressive this game. I did kind of like it, but I think that we should have done it when we were in a 2nd and short, or 2nd and 4, something like that. I don't think that we should have had it at the first play of the game. We also need to start working on our wide receivers getting open. Now, we can't really work on that, but we need to work on easier routes, open routes, quick routes. That'll get the ball out of Lamar's hands quick so he doesn't have to escape every time, and we could just go get those easy yards. So if we run the ball 6 yards, we need to get a quick 6-yard passing play. Maybe just throw a little bit of those Steelers offense in there. Just do those short little routes every once in a while just to get us some yards, in a 3rd and short, or even 1st down, just to get 3 or 4 yards to set up a run play or another short pass play, or maybe even a deep one down the middle. I think we need to have the defense step up, which we do when we run the ball. They step up and then they have to respect us. And Lamar needs to hit on those throws to Mark Andrews, and yeah, I think those two ones are both to Mark Andrews, but I'm not sure. But I think that we need to do those quick passes, maybe once or twice, a half or something, just to get the defense not knowing what we're going to do. Instead of every time we go for a pass play, we throw it like 20, 15 yards down the middle. And, if we're not running the ball, then that's not going to work. We need to have multi-way. And those short, easy passes are a good way for Lamar to develop his passing game and get confidence to throw it down the field. Well, we did see that confidence in the second half, but we can't wait the entire game to get those good throws. We need to get Lamar's arm in rhythm. I'm not saying pass it like way more. I'm saying like one or two more times, and not like those big chunk ones, like those little ones. And I definitely do think that when we pass the ball in certain situations, we need to be more situational. We're not a passing team, so when we do pass the ball, it can't be on like first down. Like it can be, but we can't just go out of our way to pass the ball when our main goal is to get a second and short with the running game. Because once we go into second and long, Greg Roman doesn't want to run the ball. He's just going to keep on passing it, and that's what we saw when we went 3 and out in our second drive. So, I just think that we need to throw in some short runs or some short passes, RPOs, stuff like that, just a little bit. And I think that'll help our offense a lot. And I think that we need to get Mark Andrews more involved in the offense like he was last year. Now, I understand that he was injured, but once we got him involved, then our offense was just rolling. We didn't really have any, stops at all. And then we hit him up, 2 or 3 times on the final drive. We could, if we get the ball to Mark Andrews, he doesn't have, insane hands. He has good hands, but he definitely doesn't have Marquise Brown's hands. So he could really do something when he gets the ball. So we need to start getting him more involved in the offense, I think. And I think that really what we need from Marquise Brown is for him to learn how to run after a catch. I know that he needs to catch the ball first, but he never gets any yards after the catch besides that one play versus the Steelers. So that's how I feel about the wide receiver core and how Mark Andrews has been playing. I think that they've been playing okay, not to where their level should be. But, yeah. So let's talk more about the actual game. I think that the Browns' offense was really good that game. I feel like that was a different Baker Mayfield from the last time he played them. That was a different Browns team. They have a different identity. And I just think that, they're a top team. And obviously I think that we're better. I think we're the best team in the division when our team plays like we're supposed to play. I think that the Steelers, they're a good team, but they don't have Lamar Jackson, basically. Lamar Jackson's our entire team, and he's good enough to make our entire team the best in our division. And he can take us far into the playoffs. So, any team that doesn't have Lamar Jackson, in my opinion, or Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers, is below us. Bills are below us, in my opinion. Steelers, Browns. As bad as our defense plays, we always have a shot with Lamar Jackson. So, I just think that he's the reason that we're in this position. We need to help him, and there's no team that could beat us besides maybe Mahomes and Rodgers. They need to have an amazing playmaker like Lamar Jackson who's just the best player on the field at all times. So, in this second quarter of the Browns and Ravens game, I kept on getting flashbacks to the divisional round in 2014, where we kept on having 14-point leads, and I think it's we had a 14-point lead in the second quarter, then we blew it, and then we had a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, and then we blew it. I had feelings of that game, and it's not very good feelings. I'm not a fan of thinking back to that game. It was a good game, but we lost it. We can't keep on giving up these leads. We need to keep the lead like we were able to maintain last year. And I think the Browns did really good when it came to being prepared to fight back because they had some really good bootleg plays and stuff like that. And that's exactly what the Browns need to do to win games. They need to get their running game, which they didn't. But our team was so focused on their run game to stop it that they were able just to do a bootleg or play action screen, and beat us. They didn't really get that many deep plays, but they got those underneath that goes for like 4 or 5 yards, and then some break for 15 yards. Run after the catch, which we need to learn how to do with our wide receivers. So, yeah. And then after halftime, I think Lamar had gotten his new shoes on. So that really helped us. Lamar definitely looked like he stopped slipping as much in the second half. And that really helped because there was a few times where Lamar slipped in very bad situations in the first half. So there was definitely something up for the field because towards the end of the game, both sides were slipping, but we're okay. Lamar didn't get injured. Well, he had cramps or he had to go to the bathroom, but he didn't get injured in any bad way, so it didn't really affect our team. But something that we do have to look out for is we don't have a backup quarterback right now. I don't think RG3 is coming back until like next week or something. So we just have to be careful of that. We're going to have Willie Snead come in at quarterback and take over and run the offense. Probably run some wildcat stuff. So, yeah, in the third quarter of the game is when we built our 14-point lead, which we always build our leads in the first quarter or third quarter, and then we lose them in the fourth or second. That's just how the Ravens played throughout the years. Or sometimes, like in Super Bowl 47, we built the lead throughout all the quarters, and then in the fourth and end of the third, they come back. But we ended up winning that game, luckily. But in the third quarter, our defense stepped up. Our defense really didn't step up. One player stepped up and made a good read. Also, Baker Mayfield made a very bad read on that play. And that really was a turning point. If we didn't get that, I think we would have lost. That's where Lamar went out. That's when he had his cramps, and then he went into the locker room. So if we didn't have that, probably would have had Trace McSorley for an extra drive, or he wouldn't have scored. So that was really clutch. And I hope that Lamar doesn't keep on getting cramps, but I think it was a lot to do with COVID, that his body wasn't fully recovered yet. Like, obviously he doesn't have COVID, but being, like, not available for, like, 2 weeks, it really doesn't get your body used to it. And then coming back and then having to do all this, basically carry your team, it's a lot to ask for your body. So his cramps led into the fourth quarter. Then with about 2 minutes left, he came back in. And on that fourth down play, he threw it to Marquise Brown, and he finally caught it. I could not express the excitement that I have for us being able to catch a football. I was so happy, and that was a touchdown, and that's the only reason that we had like a chance. If we didn't get that, we lose. I don't see us stopping them on offense, So, and then I don't know. I guess the numbers told the Browns to go for 2, and they got it. I was so confused on why they would do that. That's like something I would do in Madden. I was like, wait, why are you going for 2? Like, what's the reason? I guess just to put them up, but they're still down by 6 points. It was just a confusing part. And then, they go down and score. They just shred our defense. Our defense literally didn't even look like they tried. Besides Marlon Humphrey. Marlon Humphrey was great. He played at his all-pro level. He was swatting balls, and he was just playing amazing defense, making open field tackles. I feel like he was really the thing that held this team together on defense. The only thing that could do anything right on defense, to be honest. And we let them go down, score the ball on our 38-year-old cornerback. And, Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews. We need to do more of that. That's an unstoppable duo. I mean, with Mark Andrews' size and route running, we could just hit that all game like they did against our 38-year-old cornerback. So we just need to keep on getting the ball to Mark Andrews and allowing him to make plays with the football, and I feel like that will win the game if we keep on doing that. I got honestly at the end of the game when they were doing that lateral, I got really nervous because of how long the game was lasting, but we were able to secure the win. A win's a win at the end of the day, and no one can say that Lamar is not not the right quarterback for the Ravens. No one can say that because without him, our team would be nothing. He's our entire team right now, and he probably will be until the off season, until we hopefully sign another wide receiver, and not defensive tackle or a middle linebacker. Because we have some decent players on our defense. They just need to work together and play as one. And then, honestly, I see us being the best team in the league. Maybe besides the Kansas City Chiefs. But we just need our defense to play up to its standards. And we needed them to come in at clutch times and be able to play actual defense. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, go check out my Twitter. I just want to say thank you to Joe Nubo. Really inspired me to do this. I think that he's a great Ravens streamer, and I'll leave his link to his Twitter and YouTube in the description. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and peace.